What is up, you guys? Got you here on my level, which is basically the floor because girls 5'2". All right, so we're gonna hop right into it. I talk about this topic a lot, and it's because it means a lot to me, and I also believe that it cannot be spoken about enough because the information needs to be shared. This is so much value. This is the value. These are the things that I did to pull my life from where it was before and get it here. And these are the things that I do all of the time. And we are going to talk today about the importance of a program because truly it is everything. And for me, what a program is it is a set of systems, routines, habits, rituals. It's like my standard that I have for myself. And then it's hard. So I go through this, it's difficult, but then I get gratification at the end. So then you become the source of your happiness, and it's not always gonna be like a good moment. It's not always gonna be happy. It's not always gonna be enjoyable, but you're gonna feel like you're in alignment with your soul, with your mission, your purpose, and your higher calling. So I believe that that is very, very important. I'm gonna reference a few notes here, but I just really wanna break it down. That way we can get on the same page for what exactly a program is and what this means. So, I want to start by addressing the fact that this actually impacts everyone. So a lot of people think, oh, like my program, you know, it must just stop with me. But that's not the case at all. Like, you will impact everyone that you're around. So your family, your children, your, like, even complete strangers, you guys. Like, so many people online, and I get it, maybe you're not online as much as I am, but still, like, you're impacting complete strangers on a daily basis. I remember I was like 5 or 6 months pregnant. I was starting to feel big, okay? And I went to a spin class, and it was like my first one since I had been pregnant because I lost all motivation to go to the gym. Was not feeling it. And so I was training like a newbie. Like, I literally reverted back to like another level of fitness. And plus I was pregnant and my body was going through all these changes. So I saw this one girl at the front killing it, okay? She inspired me. She put a smile on my face. I was like, yes, girl, you go, okay? But obviously, there is some aspect of her program that needed to be in check long before I ever went to that spin class to see her, and then she impacted me. So you can be impacting strangers by just walking down the street. You can be impacting your family every single day, and your children. I believe that we should do as much as we can to regulate our nervous system, heal our traumas, align ourselves with our purpose and our mission and vision and God energy. That way, you just kicked me. That way, your children don't have to fight the battles that you proceed out on, because either way, those are gonna have to be fought. So I believe that you should be holding yourself accountable and responsible to fighting those battles. That way you don't pass on the hurt. So it literally applies to everyone. But I should say it impacts everyone. It should apply to everyone as well. But this has been a hard lesson for me, is that you can't force other people into your program. So I went over this a little bit before, but it's a set of goals, routines, and habits. And it's kind of the standard that you have for yourself for always moving forward. And I really like this one because when you're looking at what a program actually is it's how you continue moving forward. So sometimes we get ourselves into situations in life where everything is so overwhelming. You are feeling all of the emotions. You're feeling the weight of the world. And it feels dark, challenging, scary, uncertain. Whatever that is, whatever is coming up for you at that moment in time, this is the how. This is how you move forward. Because I've been in a lot of situations in my life where I was like, I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do. Like, I feel so discouraged. I remember having like a few $100s for like a week or two. And that was all I had to live off of. And I was living in my car and I was like, what am I supposed to do? And then the answer to that was my program. That's what you're supposed to do. Because this gives you happiness. It gives you those good feelings. So without you You know, my goal at that point was I want to make like 10K every month because that would make me 6 figures. And so that was my goal. And then I got better feelings than hitting my goal when I was in flow state, doing the things that I needed to do right here, right now, and moving myself forward. So really, actually implementing my program has given me better feelings than attaining anything that I've gotten. But that's something that I can say it, and I've heard it. I've heard a lot of other people say it, and it just doesn't resonate until it resonates. But like, until you get it, until you live it, and it's your own experience, it's not really something that I can explain to you like that. So I want to add in here, like, there's no location for your standard because your standard is you and it's your brand and it's how you carry yourself. So when I was traveling on the road, I was in a different city every single week, and my puppy, and I still was going to the gym. I would get a new gym membership. I would find out where the grocery store was in that city. I would set up all of my routines over and over again every fucking Monday morning. I would wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. I would travel to my new city. I would gain my bearings, get my gym membership for the week. I would do everything that I needed to do. And there's no location tie for you having a standard and you holding yourself to it. Anything that you're doing while you're traveling, fuck, I was doing this when I was living out of my car. Okay, so any kind of stupid excuse that you want to come up with right now, I don't want to hear it, because you know what? I was in a situation and I figured it out, because at the end of the day, I remember crying in my car thinking, I can't hit my macros. I can't eat food that's going to be good for my body. I don't know what to do. Nah. And I was literally crying, and I was like, I stopped myself and I was having a conversation with myself, but obviously I was channeling God in this. And then God was like, shut up. Like, those are all just excuses. Sometimes God's kind of like rude with me, but anyways, I don't take it like that. So anyways, he's like, shut up. Like, these are all excuses. You can totally hit your macros if you want to. You just have to be committed to it. And then like that, everything changed, and I was hitting my macros consistently and I looked better than ever. So this shouldn't be, oh, when I'm here and everything's going good, then I'm gonna do the right thing. This should be, no matter what the circumstance is, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna be who I am. And this kind of flows into the next point, because adversity, that's why. Like, why do these things when you're traveling? Why overcome the excuses? Why continue to hold yourself accountable even when it's not convenient, even when you're traveling and you're on the road and you have other things to do? Why do that? The reason why is because adversity is a thing. Life is a thing. Challenges are a thing. And you're going to keep on experiencing life challenges at a increasing difficulty that's never going to go away, is kind of what I figured out. Because I was like hoping for like just a small break. If you guys saw my post today, I posted on my Instagram and I was like, y'all, I wanted a break before I got pregnant because I just figured out how to make 6 figures. I was living in my car for over a year. And then I went on like this whole list of things. I manifested my soulmate, I manifested my dream apartment. And when I came here, I just kind of wanted a fucking break. I just wanted a break from pushing myself to my limits, crying all the time. Not all the time, but like, it's hard, okay? Anyways, it's like, I just wanted a break. But here's the thing. You're going to have 2 types of adversity in life. You're going to have the adversity from holding your word, staying true to your program, continuing to challenge yourself and grow as a person. That is self-inflicted adversity. Or you're going to have the adversity that shows up out of nowhere, that is sent by God, which is nothing bigger than anything that you can handle. So if it's sent to you, it's something that you can handle. What a comforting line. Like, I just give myself so much comfort there. Helping other people really helps you. So you're never going to get anything more than you can handle, but sometimes you have outside adversity that is not something you made yourself. It's not a commitment. It's not one of these habits, routines, or rituals that you're holding yourself to. And then things are going to get really, really fucking hard. So if you stay on point and you stay consistent with this, you're going to have chaos from the outside world all the time. But that's not necessarily adversity, but you're going to have chaos. I know the best days for me are the days I wake up before anybody in the house and I'm able to do my things. And then I find like my hardest days are the ones where I wake up late and I'm just chasing the ball and I'm feeling like, where did the time go? My day has gone by so fast. So when you become a stable force, you're able to control the chaos around you. You're able to be a better force for control in the whole realm of the multitudes of adversity that might be coming at you at that point in time. And it's only because you're creating a stable force. So in my program, and your program is going to be different for you, okay? This is more of just a concept that I'm speaking to you about. But in Six Figure Fit Academy, we do break down exactly how to build your own program for your own life. But how I break it down is more in time frames. So I have my daily things, I have my weekly things, I have my monthly things, and then I have my yearly goals. And then I have like my 5-year, 10-year. I mean, honestly, this might sound creepy, but I have things planned by decades up until I die. So you don't have to go in that much depth, but in our academy, I actually do bring you through a life mapping course, which I think is really fun. And I would have loved to have that, okay? Because I invented this. I had to come up with this on my own. And I go over all of the facets because I'm a super nerd. And I don't even know if you can grasp how much of a super nerd I am, but when it comes to give me a topic and I am passionate, I submerge myself in this topic and I read and I study and I just go all in. And so when it came to goal setting and understanding manifestation and just all of these beautiful things, I was like, oh my gosh, step out of my way. I'm making a life map. But I was like looking to other like mentors and stuff that I had at the time, and I could find nothing to help me do this. So I was like, whatever. I'm going to make a mosaic of all of the things I believe are important in life, and I'm going to make my own life map. So I'm going to cover career, fitness, mindset, how other people perceive me, energy, connection, everything, the clothes I wear, the shoes I wear, the cars I drive, the places I live, how I feel, my connection with my children, my connection with my soulmate, everything in detail, because I understand this one thing. If it is not by design, it is by default. If it is not by your creation, your intention, you decided, you asked the universe, can I have XYZ? If you didn't ask for that, it is by default. So then the universe, by default, will put something in that position, in that place. And it may not be something that you're particularly fond of, that you're particularly excited about, and that you particularly love. Like, at some point, you know, living in my car had to come to an end. Before I even lived in my car, I already had picked out where I was going to live. And honestly, to be completely honest with you, I didn't even have to live in my car. I did that out of my own choosing, willingly, to live out of my car, because I thought this will put me in a situation where I am extremely uncomfortable and I will grow a lot, okay? But 3 months into knocking doors, I was like, I remember that December. So everything like went wonky in my life probably around like August, September. And then I was like, I'm going to be homeless. I'm going to live in my car. But December though, I literally remember I made over 12 grand. And I mean over 12 grand in my bank account. Like I had 12 something come in that month. So all of that said, just to say, I already knew where I was going to live. But at some point, push comes to shove, you need somewhere to live. There is going to be a decision made. And you're going to either have something by design or by default. I had already picked this place. I already picked this building. I already chose what I wanted my view to look like. I already chose all of these things. Ironically, my manifestation didn't work out quite perfectly the first time because we just reserved another unit. Actually, like up there, that is my next apartment, and that's the one I manifested. But the funny thing is the reason that I didn't get it in this building is because it didn't exist. If I would have the corner unit here, I don't have the view. If I would have the corner unit over there, I don't have the view that I want. And so it's funny because I actually manifested in the second building, and the second building isn't done yet. But that's really an aside. I mean, regardless, rather it's a car, rather it's a place, rather it's the type of relationship you want with your children, your spouse, with yourself, with other people, with strangers, with people on the internet, it doesn't matter. All of those things are going to have to be created. And so when you go in and you start journaling, I love journaling for my goals in my program. I think that it adds a lot of clarity. But when you go in and you start creating all of these things, you need to think of all of these things. So in Six Figure Fit Academy, we bring you through all of the basics. That way you don't have to think about all of these things. It's not an overwhelming process. Anyone from any walk of life can begin this process. We make it super easy. And I like to think of it as like, I give you the ramp, like as an entryway. It's not hard for anyone, okay? A toddler that can barely walk could come in on the ramp in Six Figure Fit Academy and be able to start their program. So I give you guys the basics. And then after we go over that, you can choose if you want to go deeper or not. Like if you want to go into more depth. But there's so much juice when you go there. There's also a lot of hard work and a lot of pain. But I think if you vibe with us, I'm pretty sure that you want to go there. And this course is just, it's going to be so much fun because it's exactly what I would have wanted in your position. So when I see people and I'm like, oh my God, you're like old me. Like I would just love to gift them this opportunity and advantage to have everything and have like literally the golden keys of the fruits of my labor for over a decade. I will see you guys on the next one. I'm going to be back in a few days.